Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, wherever you're at. Well, it is a very nice and cloudy, breezy day here in Texas. We finally got some rain yesterday. Uh, Come a pretty good downpour there for a little while. Man, what a blessing. Now, that's going to trigger off some of the fall and winter grasses to put out. And I'm really excited about that, especially things like ryegrass, winter rye. Well, one of the things that's happening is I'm still on a mission to work on the inside of the house. And we're supposed to have storms again here in just a little bit. So I don't want to get started on an outdoor project and just get the moving good and get tools out and have to hurry and put everything in. Now, one thing that was nice when that downpour came yesterday, we happened to just pull in the driveway when it hit. I grabbed some paper, I grabbed a lighter, and I ran down there and I set that brush pile that had some other old wood rubble and stuff in it on fire and got that eyesore out of here. And it's near to where the spot is there for the mobile home. And of course, we don't want a bunch of rubble and stuff right near where we just had a house put in. So yeah, I got that eyesore gone, burned down. As it was burning, I took the front end load of the tractor and kind of pushed up there and stirred it a little bit and pushed it all into a tighter pile. And man, it's nice to see that gone. Probably be a little bit more get burned there again though, because we're going to do a little tree trimming around here before we go. Actually here pretty soon, I'm hoping to have a day that we drop a bunch of limbs and some actually kind of dangerous trees that could fall if we have a bad winter. All right, well, meanwhile, I'm going to go inside in here and continue working on the house on the inside in this back room. Haven't worked on it in a few days. Well, I stayed up till about 11 o'clock last night working on this back room that we're going to move down into on our apartment where the house is being split back to a duplex again. So this is the wood ceiling in here. Now all this is going to get primered and painted, but I'm putting up these little beads right here. I'm running a bead of liquid nail behind them. That's the color you see right there. And then staple it and then spread that out like a caulk along the sides and seal it. And that should be really tough right there. So that's what I worked on last night, was getting all of the rest of those in. I like just a couple pieces on the edge over here. Let's see, right down here and right here. The reason I haven't put them yet is because I need to get that crown mold in like I have up over here. And then you've got to fit it up to that crown mold. But it's looking pretty good. Just working up over my head on a ladder. I have to kind of do it slowly because of my nerve damage in my body and in my arms. So I have to do a little, stop, do a little, stop, do a little, stop. But you know, it's kind of like that train that could just keep on keeping on and you'll get there. So where I'm at now is finishing putting this mold in right here. So I'm gonna start across over the front of this patio door that we put in and work down that side of the room right over there. To do this task cutting these trims, I've got my good old DeWalt compound miter saw. I've had this saw a lot of years, and it has been a big help. That thing has done so much work, and it's going to continue on to do more. I've got a stand that it goes on with those little legs there, but I'm not using it in here right now. This joker's heavy too, and you put all that stand and everything up, it just takes up a whole bunch of space in your way, especially if you need to move it and get over somewhere else. So I just let it sit in the floor and work it from there. Well, I've been steadily working in here on this back room today and last night. It's looking pretty good. It's coming right along. Melinda and I, we stopped and took a break, and we went to Home Depot and we bought some additional pieces of this crown mold. We were short a couple pieces on that, and we went ahead and grabbed it, and we grabbed everything we need to encase these windows right here as well, the seals and all that, and do all the encasements for that. So we got all that here and stacked underneath the carport out there right now. What else did we get? Picked up a little bit of materials over for the rent house on some steps and stuff over there, some treated wood and all. And we bought the paint for this room. We bought the paint. Got most of everything done on the ceiling. I got a couple small pieces of wood. One right there, a little strip right there I need to put. I've been up here caulking. I didn't video caulking, but I caulked all of this in up here, getting it all prepped, getting all the little gaps along through there with these grooves where they are, because it's where little tiny spiders that like to make cobwebs and stuff like that would want to hide and be reclusive up in behind there, you know. And I don't want those little hiding places. I got my spray rig right here, and I'm going to paint the walls. That little Wagner right there, Paint Crew. You know, funny thing about that is that we found that in a house that we bought. I've got a nice commercial setup here, but that little Paint Crew works pretty darn good, and it's, I don't know, it's nifty enough, and I've done a lot of painting with it. But we found that in a house that we bought. The people left it behind. They left a bunch of black paint in it, and we cleaned all that up. Bought new filters and things for the gun, and man, we've done a bunch of painting with it, for real. So I want to use that Wagner painter right there and do it to it. Now, I'm not going to tell you the color. If you see this, this is not paint. This is a primer these sheets come with. But I'm not going to tell you the color. I'm just going to let you see it as it unfolds. And right now, I better get busy and start taping on windows. I'm pretty excited. Got the room taped off right here, all the way around. Also, I taped off the crown mold all the way around the door. Put plastic over my lights right here where I still got light, but won't get any overspray on them. Covered up the old couch that I can't move, and covered up the countertop right here. I'll set that little TV down. It's kind of my entertainment while I'm working, listening to things. Got my switches, my electrical outlets everywhere, all taped off. I'm sure some of you are eyeballing the color that we're using. We hope it turns out good. Cross our fingers it turns out good, because it is a totally different color than anything we've been using in a while, right? Yeah, I mean, it is going to be totally off the wall from what we normally use. But we wanted to do something different. We'll see how it goes. We'll see. I'm gonna cover my skin with lotion real good, all of my arms, around my face, my neck, everywhere, and cover my hands good with it. That keeps that paint from getting in your pores and makes it really easy. Just clean yourself up later. So I'm just gonna use this cheap cocoa butter lotion. It works great. Apply it real generously on yourself. All right, Mel, you ready to do this in here?
Yes, I've been ready. I've been waiting.
You've been waiting for how long? since
Secret.
birth. Since birth. Yeah, she's really excited to get this done. I'm telling you, we're both wanting in this room back here. We like hanging out in this room the most in the whole place in the house. And when we lived back here before, we really enjoyed it. These windows right here, looking out at the pond. The windows over there where that door is now, looking underneath that pecan tree and all there. Just very enjoyable. It's a bright room. It just feels more happy, right?
I like bright
Yeah, me too.
color.
I like brown also. It's okay. It's a pretty good color.
See? Exactly. Don't forget the brown color.
I'm so tired of brown, Melinda.
Me too. I'm so tired with the white.
Well, I got my painting partner here, so I guess we're gonna get busy. Now, I'm curious what color her hair is gonna be when we get done.
I think I need to cover my hair.
I think you do. It's been a couple of hours here now, and it's still drying. It's still wet, but you can touch it now. You can put your hands on it, but it still likes a while before it's dry. And I did not use painter's tape on that trim around the top right there, so I decided I better go ahead and pull that tape on off of there before it turns into a really sticky mess, especially with the moisture from the paint on it. But I am liking it. Melinda is liking it. I've got a few things I've got to finish up here on the ceiling. Little strips of wood and little places I want to take caulk and go over where the staples and the brad nailer has shot that wood up there. I think I did most of this with my brad nailer. Yeah, my Porter cable brad nailer is what I shot all this on with before I bought that cordless Ryobi stapler. I really like that cordless Ryobi stapler. I really like that Ryobi cordless stapler. Yeah, that thing is so handy, and it does a really great job. It shoots a long staple too. You can adjust it with shorter ones as well. That's what I shot all this trim on with. That's what I shot all of these 4x8 sheets onto the wall with, because those staples was long enough to go through not only this wood, but the 5/8 sheetrock and into the wood in behind there, and it held it really great.